Gefilte Fish!
Hi-ho, it's home from work we go. Hi-ho, hi-ho, hi-ho.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Back in the mix.
Yeah.
Another stellar review.
And we
coming
promise
away.
we're going to stop saying back in the mix.
No, I like to say
Seriously.
that. That is, I like
Cut
that. Yeah, so Snow White and the Huntsman, based on the Brothers Grimm fairy tale.
It's a dark and
It's
gritty reboot of Snow White.
Yeah, the Power to the Woman reboot.
Yeah, they sort of try to reinvent the classic fairy tale to the modern in the modern context.
Okay, so directed by anyone?
Rupert Sanders.
Rupert Sanders.
This is
And
his
I,
first feature.
First time director.
Yeah, want to talk about this guy.
From the
'cause-
world of what, special effects and
The target demographic for this film is tweens.
it's no coincidence they cast Bella Swan in the lead role.
Mm.
I mean, and there is a tiny bit of a love triangle thing that pops
Yeah.
up in there.
Not too overbearingly so, which was.
Yeah, thank God they used that sparingly.
I reckon it could have used a bit more romance.
No.
Oh.
Cut it out.
Shut
Just
that shit
killed
down.
everyone in this film. They should all have died.
Coming up to this movie, I mean, where were you guys' expectations is?
Very low.
Yeah, I mean, what I hadn't seen any trailers, but what I expected was something along the lines of Twilight.
Yeah, I think mine probably is not that low. After seeing the second trailer they released, I was like, that actually looks really cool.
I really did enjoy the start, but I was waiting for Hemsworth to pop up. I was
Yeah.
sitting there going, when the fuck's Hemsworth going to come in the fold? Because I found Charlize Theron awful in this movie.
Ooh.
Her screeching, I really didn't think it was a menacing performance at all.
I disagree. I thought she was really good.
It was just so let's just start screaming.
I thought the way she wasn't just it wasn't just she was just barking out orders. She was a bitch. She's a cold heart bitch. There's no good about her, and even towards her brother, you kind of question whether she really cares about him.
Yeah, I sit kind of in the middle on this one. I feel like I think the Queen was a really strong element of the film. I think it should have been called Snow White and the Evil Queen or something.
Yeah.
Because I thought she was character-wise, she was very well developed. I feel like you really got her motivations in this movie, and it gave a bit of backstory.
But I thought that was really badly sandwiched in the backstory. That one little cutaway.
I feel it kind of really showed how unhinged she was, and I enjoyed that.
She was losing her grip.
You got that there was a bit of psychosis there. She wasn't.
Yeah, so in the beginning, I was sort of waiting for Hemsworth to crop up because neither Kristen Stewart or Charlize Theron were capturing me at all. Lo and behold, the guy he's the guy.
I love this guy. He is just continually being the standout performer in these.
He's doing a really good job, and the film. What really bugged me about the film was it's going for this really gritty, sort of grounded, darker take on it all. And as soon as Snow White gets out of her little prison, there's a fucking massive white horse sitting on the rocks. It's going for a darkness, but then it's got these silly moments, and another silly moment for me was the sanctuary. Yeah, it didn't sit in that world for me, and it felt so alien that it drew me out to the point where I'm not taking this seriously anymore.
But it was a sanctuary. It was like a little hub away from the rest of the world.
You can do it in a different way. You can do it in a much less childlike way.
If this is Snow White though, this isn't
I understand that, but if they're going for this Lord of the Rings thing, which they were, and anyway, put it this way, the tone of it got very muddled in that point.
I completely disagree. I thought that's where it was kind of like, wow, this is kind of capturing what Snow White is. This is where she's in her element. This is what she's about.
Okay, well then why bother doing a gritty take?
I agree. I think what Sean is trying to say is it's about the juxtaposition, with the evil queen, and it's such a fantasy kind of fairy tale thing where the bad leader lets the land die. This is a story about that coming back. And so we get to see this complete opposite of what we've been watching the whole movie, all this magic and wonder.
I understand, and I understand what the sanctuary represents. I understand what it represents, but I just feel
don't like the way it was done.
I don't like the way it was done at all, and I felt like, for me, it took me out of the film. But there's some really great stuff. I must say, I don't know why it was put in there, but hey, it looked great. The hallucination scene when she first goes into the dark forest.
That was awesome.
That was fantastic. And the visual effects in the film are really great. A lot of the time I was questioning, well, what's the point of this? And it sort of came down to the fact that this guy's a music commercial director and he is just going for stuff that looks cool. And it felt like one long music video for me.
I won't argue at all that this movie is style over substance, but I just thought there was so much damn style there that it just kept me going throughout the whole thing.
towards the halfway point, and they're kind of like, where are we going with this film? They're kind of, you know, Snow White, the Huntsman, they're just trudging through this, like, from point A to point B. But I wouldn't feel that at all, and especially, like, they say what picked them up was the dwarves. These guys...
Okay, let's bring that up now, because...
These guys are amazing. Whatever the visual effects of these guys, fuck, man, this is awesome.
Even you said, I mean, 'cause you weren't enjoying the movie, but then the second they all come in, and they all just do such a great job. I felt like, obviously, they're pretty much comic relief, but I don't think they went too broad with them.
No, exactly.
I felt they felt like characters.
This is exactly where I thought this is where the film goes downhill as soon as we see these guys. But man, they strike such a chord of, you know, seriousness and, you know, kind of throwing in a little bit of humour.
You know, you normally can go, oh, this green screen, oh, he's mo-capped, oh, he's got a green bag on his head. There was no moment in there when I said I was detracted. I couldn't
stop looking at their faces. I was like,
how the fuck did they do this?
Yeah, normally I try and let special effects, like, I won't look too closely because I want them to win me over. But this one, I was sitting there like, what, how are they doing that? Because it reminded me of some of the Steve Rogers work in Captain America. We'll probably talk about Snow White herself.
Yeah.
She's kind of
terrible.
in the movie.
Absolutely
Yes, that is the majority of what we're hearing about her.
The problem I had with Kristen Stewart is great accent. Really did a good job with the accent, I thought. And the look, she looks pretty good for Snow White. Like, she's got the right look. I just thought that it was very teary-eyed affair.
She's getting a lot of flack unfairly in this. I think she didn't just play Bella Swan again.
No,
I think she was working with better material, definitely. You know, whatever you think, it was better than Twilight.
Yeah.
And she did fine. She did okay, you know.
Yeah. Final thoughts.
I mean, you know, I was when the film was playing, I was laughing because in certain bits because it was comical. How seriously it took itself in some points, but I definitely wouldn't recommend this.
I was going in thinking it was going to be a piece of shit, and it wasn't. And you know, I'm glad because you know it's got Chris Hemsworth, you know, being awesome. Kirsten Stewart's there, you know, at least she's doing something better than Twilight. Charlize Theron, which I'm not a big fan of, she blew me away. She was awesome. And then you've just got like the stellar cast of dwarves, awesome visuals. The positives outweighed the negatives, and I was willing to go along with this. I really enjoyed it.
It didn't feel like a summer blockbuster to me, at all. It didn't have just like funny little one-liners or anything, and I enjoyed that. I really respected what they did there. If you're willing to go in with an open mind, and not just sit there giggling at it like a fool. If you're looking for just something really nice to look at, like, my god, you're not going to get much better this year. Thanks for watching. Like us on Facebook, watch our other videos.
Remember to subscribe after the viewing.
Do it.
Gefilte Fish out.